Today's topic's pretty much going to be a generalization. It's not going to be about one thing or another. Um, the first thing that I'll talk about, though, is going to be music. There's some bands out there that I want to get pretty much known if people don't know who they are. Um, First of all, I like music in general. I like classical all the way up to metal and dubstep and things like that. But today's pretty much going to be like a metal type thing. Uh, and dubstep. The first one I want to talk about is Deer and Grey. That's German, but the band is from Japan. They're a very unique, I guess you can say, band. They're straight up metal, but they're fusion because you can't really put it on there because they have a lot of different vibes going on. I've liked them since I was in the military. They got some really cool stuff. Ouroboros was one of the albums that I actually listened to and bought, and I think one of them was like Bruise, Wither, and Die or something. I can't. I'll put it in the captions if I figure out what it is. But they're really good. They speak Japanese, obviously, because they're from Japan. But they're really well done. The music's pretty cool. It's a good hype and pump up music. Kind of dark. So just go ahead and look them up. Like I said, it's Deer and Grey, Diren, Grey, and we'll go ahead and we'll go from there. Another one is Gact. A friend of mine when I was in the military named Vinny, he actually introduced me to him. He's another Japanese guy. He's J-rock, I guess you can say. The man has got a good voice. He plays all of his own instruments. He's very talented. He hasn't put out anything new, really, just mostly singles. I guess that's how they do it in Japan anyways. So, Christmas Cup. Yeah, see Snowman. Earl Grey tea. Good. Now, one thing that I do know is that I will talk about another one, not J rock or J metal or anything like that. This is going to be Mesuggha, which is pretty much well known, and everybody who likes them loves them. Everybody who hates them can't stand them. Overall, I love them. It's literally my favorite metal band of all time. I rank them up there with Ozzy Osbourne, Iron Maiden, things like that. No, I'm not a Metallica fan by any means. It's just, that's a whole other topic. But pretty much what it really comes down to is that the Krollos came out. Before Krollos, it was Absinthe. But their music has always been a constant evolution. Not only that, though, but they speak in a metaphorical sense to the point where what they're talking about, you have to kind of think about what they're actually singing about, more so than taking it on face value. Their music and rhythms are by far one of the deepest and one of the most complex that I've heard. I do play guitar myself, and I can play a couple of them, but it's their music is it's excellently done. Another band that you may not, Mesuggha, check them out if you don't know who they are. If you like metal, you'll love them. Another band I want to talk about that's from Sweden as well, just like Mesuggha, is going to end up being Evergrey. It kind of disappointed me. Their album Recreation Day, and, oh God, what was the other one? I'll put it in the subtext. Those were all their albums up to that point were great, and then they put out Monday Morning Apocalypse, and then kind of went down, and then they did Broken, Torn. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Evergrey, Torn, and that was pretty good, but they started declining into a really, I guess you can say, emo-ish type of progressive metal, and they just kind of wore off on me a little bit, and I'm kind of sad about it actually. Definitely, if you ever want to listen to anything they have, definitely get something off of Recreation Day, like Blinded or Darkest Hour, or something else like that. or A Touch of Blessing, which is off of their other album. I can't remember what the name of it is for the life of me. I have it. Mesuggha is definitely a buy. Deer and Grey is definitely a buy. Gact is... you'll figure out what to do with that one. And Evergrey... listen to it first before you do anything, because that's something that you're definitely going to have to worry about. Let's get into techno. I do like techno. Daft Punk is my favorite techno. I know it sounds corny as crap, because everybody knows who Daft Punk is, but oh well, what can you do? Another one is Skrillex, who put out one for YouTube. You know, I mean, the man can't do anything wrong. I mean, he does what he does. There is a YouTuber on here, though, named Omnipony. Definitely check it out, because that kid is, like, amazing at making dubstep. One of them, which is called My Little Changeling. Just listen to that. It's got some weird things in it, like, it seems like My Little Pony. But regardless, just listen to it. Let's see here. What else should I talk about? That's pretty much it about the music. I guess another little tidbit of information is that I've looked on YouTube a lot for certain things. I found certain things, but there's a lot of people who want to criticize other people who are on there, like such as Chaotic Monkey, which is Cry, who I subscribe to, who is awesome. I mean, he's very good. I like him. And PewDiePie, who's another good guy. I subscribe to him as well. I'm not here to bash on the people who are bashing on him, because let's just face the facts. That's stupid. Like Archfiend, don't anybody who's part of the Bro Army or subscribes to PewDiePie, just don't comment on people who give their what their opinion is. Just don't do it. I mean, he obviously he obviously has something or evidence, which I've seen, that states one thing or another about PewDiePie. I'm not going to get into it. But you know what? Even if it is true, who cares? You know, just the guy. He's a very smart, intelligent man. Archfiend is. He's not a bad guy. He's not a guy who he seems a little angry. But you know what? I mean, that's to each their own. Some of the things he says make sense. Other things he says I don't necessarily agree with, but it's opinion. I mean, that's what YouTube's all about, is getting your voice out there and heard. So don't, and when you make comments like that, like Archfiend, and I think the other one was Nate Talks to You, I think, when those two, do a video against PewDiePie or something else like that, guys, just don't comment. Because you're representing PewDiePie, and I don't even think PewDiePie wants you to say half the things that you say. He has the right to say what he believes. It is a free world out there. That's what we are all about. So just don't comment. I mean, just let it go. That's not that big of a deal. I mean, let the man speak. Hear him out. Go in with an open mind. If you don't like what he has to say, he already tells you exactly what he's going to say on the name of the video, so just don't watch it. That's really about it, honestly. Go ahead, write me a comment, tell me what y'all think. If y'all don't like it, tell me. I mean, negative comments are still feedbacks. So just let me know what y'all think about this whole thing. If y'all still don't like it, I don't think I have any views yet at all. So if I don't, I'll just keep making them and just keep on going. But if y'all definitely do like it, next video we're probably going to talk about some more video games. Which video games, you're asking? Interesting. Video games we'll probably be talking about, it's going to end up being Borderlands 2, Dante's Inferno, the God of War, a little bit more probably about Mass Effect and Castlevania, the prequel to Lords of Shadow, which I think is called Lords of Shadow. I don't really know. And some Gears of War and Crisis 3 and Prototype 2, which I had high hopes for. Kind of a bit of foreshadowing. But anyways, with that being